What's going on, guys? So this is kind of a review going over the last 3 weeks of owning this phone. Just going down and figuring out, you know, what is like, is it worth, $1,100 or $1,000? Um, and to be honest, in my opinion, no. If you were buying this for like 750, $700, all that, yeah. But there's certain things that I don't like about it. And this has been like one of my pet peeves as far as um I don't know, just owning it. You know what I mean? They said, oh, the Tensor G3 uh chip is gonna be it's gonna be nice, it's gonna be faster, you're not gonna have the heating issues and all that. Let me just say this. I don't have you're right, it doesn't get as hot where it used to get hot where I like worry, but it still gets pretty hot. As far as the processing, the processor, and to me, is not as good. It's just not as good. To me, is like I'm looking at it, and when I'm loading, now normally this doesn't load. Normally Pokemon Go, when I'm playing it, it'll play for a little bit. It'll take forever to kind of load up, and it'll load up. I'll see, actually loaded up that time. Most of the time, it takes 2 times for me to load up. So I'm just saying from where I'm coming from, stuff like that. Some of the games on here do not load up all the way. I'll have to get out, you know, take it off, and then reload it and all that stuff. As far as the the screen goes, the screen is bright. I like the screen. The screen is bright. It's nice. It's vibrant. You know what I mean? I really like the screen. When you're watching movies on it, it's great. But let me say this though. The Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra is right around the same price. It's, and a lot of times they'll give you like really good trade in up to $1,000 off or whatever. And then sometimes they'll even give you where it's like a free upgrade. So, or like a free upgrade, like in memory. So to me, that there's a big difference as far as the um, the difference in the phones. I think that the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra is a way better phone. I haven't got the iPhone 15 Ultra or anything, so I can't compare it to really that. But as far as to my 7 Pro that I had, I mean, I got the 7 Pro on a really good deal. I basically paid like 200 something dollars for a phone after trade in. So to me, I was looking at it like, that's a really great phone for it. So other than that, the MagSafe charging on here is cool. Doesn't really charge that fast on the MagSafe. I like to use, typically when I'm messing around with it, I like to use the wireless charging. That's like my claim to fame, because I've always had problems with like ports and stuff. That is one thing with Samsung that I get really kind of irritated about is, when there's a little bit of water in there, it like ding 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 ding, it just drives me up a wall. So other than that, if this phone would have been sold at like $800, something like that, I feel like it's an $800 phone all day long. But when you're getting up to 1,100, 1,200, you're competing with, an Apple 15 Pro Max, or you're doing with a Samsung Ultra. You know what I mean? Like that, those phones just, with their technology, like, I just feel like better battery life, better screen on their end, better camera. I mean, it feels to me like, now don't get me wrong, on the camera thing, Google phones, I like the pictures. As I said in other videos, I could not take a good picture to save my life. Can't. Like, I don't ever get angles down. I don't ever take the photos in the right, format and all that. It just doesn't do good for me. Now, on this phone, you can take beautiful photos and it'll like touch it up. I'm not really that great, that savvy. when I made this channel, I mean like everyday users. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna be technical and add all these apps or add all this software to your phone to get the best thing, well, hey, that's great. But that ain't for, you know, typical everyday users. You know what I mean? Those people like specialize in that, and that's great for them. You know, they like, I think my daughter, she does a lot of editing videos. She's really great at that. You know, more power to her. Like, I just want a camera. I want a phone that when I'm taking photos, I'm like, hey, this looks cool. I'm gonna take a photo of it real quick. And then when I send it or whatever, it's like, oh, this looks really nice, you know? So, but yeah. I always will go back to Pixels because I love the software. I love stock Android. It's really great. Trying to think if I'm missing anything. It charges, you know, decently fast. You know, it does a good job on that. It'll say like, oh, you're charging, it's an hour. It normally never really takes that long. I guess that's like an hour if you're still kind of using it and all that. But other than that, like, it is a really great phone. It is just not when you start to, you know, raise the price, because I think, you know, when the 7 Pro came out, it was right around like, you know, $800, $700. And they had so many sales that, look, if you can get this on sale too, like I said, this one was $1,100, I think, but I gave you the Pixel Watch LTE, which, you know, I like the Pixel Watch. It's really nice. It's good. I wish it was a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? Like the Samsung watches. I know I keep going back on that. I've seen one in person, the Apple Watch Ultra or whatever that is, and that one, you know, that's a big watch. I like that one too. But other than that, like the Pixel Watch is just kind of small to me. I had to get a different watch band for it, and you know, it corrected that problem. But other than that, no, it is a good phone. You know what I mean? I just, you know, when Google starts making these phones, I'm like, hey, this is great. I'm really happy about it. I love this wallpaper. I keep on tapping on it just because I'm like, yeah, it looks cool. Got the wallpaper on Zedge, if anybody's wondering. But other than that, no, I appreciate y'all's time watching the video. Like I said, you know, I try to be just realistic on it. You know, I'm trying to, you know, I don't like to, like, I ain't sponsored. I ain't trying to do all that crap. I look at it as it is what it is. I'll always buy Pixel phones. I have a soft spot for Google. I'm heavily into Google. So you know, and I wish that they would, you know, I didn't buy that Pixel Fold, you know, just because it was, you know, outrageously expensive. But, you know, I've always loved them being on the cheaper side of things, or not. Like, you know, I always feel like when you had like the 7 Pro at $800, that was like, okay, that's a fair value. That's a really good phone for a really good price. You know what I mean? But now you're starting to up the ante on everything, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute now. Let's bring it back now. Let's be real about this now. So, but yeah, like and subscribe if you like the video. I appreciate y'all's times. Heck yeah, reviews. And have a great rest of y'all's day. Thank you.